hot take, and I just want to express it because I feel like it's not really talked about enough. I started questioning like monogamy around the age of 18 because it just didn't feel right to me. It just felt nonsensical to me. But I couldn't understand why, so I thought about it for a really long time, and I came to the conclusion that I was polyamorous. But the definition of polyamory is not really the way that I feel like I've understood it and I've experienced it. But I'll tap into that a little bit talking now. But the main thing I want to address is how to functionally fix this problem as a society that we have towards a sense of ownership or commitment from our partners in terms of monogamous or sexual restriction. That's essentially what it is. I feel as though cheating is a completely made up concept. I mean, if you really think about it, we just completely made that concept up. It's not innate. The construction of it is completely fabricated. So these emotions that we feel towards this thing is also technically fabricated. The way that we respond to these situations is all under a perception of what we have been showcased and taught growing up. How our society has a consensus. But like, what if we actually question it? Like, what if we actually think, okay, why does cheating hurt so much worse? Why does it feel like you're being stabbed? That you've mourned and lost a close one. I see so many people talking about their experiences of how it feels like to be cheated on. That's a really intense emotion. Like, surely there has to be something that must really seriously be wrong with cheating for it to hurt someone that much. The reality is, it doesn't need to. None of it needs to happen. The way that I've perceived this situation, monogamy, etc., the realizations I came to were that monogamy is just a means of validation, self-validation. You are constricting or putting a rule on each other to perpetuate this feeling of validation between each other. That you won't be left alone, that every single day your partner actively chooses to pick you. So it means you're worthy. It means that this is secure and things won't change, and that I won't die alone, and that I will have this person be with me forever. This is from a fear of dying. This is from a fear of being alone. This is from a fear of loneliness. I just don't see how we should make our decisions in our lives based off of these negatively perpetuating feelings. Like, what purpose does that really serve us? The way that we view our commitment towards an individual, our emotional connection towards an individual, is not the same feelings that we have when we feel lustful towards another person, when we feel tension towards another person. They can work hand in hand beautifully, but more often than not, a lot of people think that they are intertwined, they are one of the same coin, when the reality is they're not. We use complete different parts of our brains, and it's not a natural desire to only want one individual. That has been socially constructed from the time that marriage was created. Marriage, the purpose of marriage being created, the purpose of monogamy being created, was so that the government had an eye into the private sphere. From before marriage was created, before the church, the government could only have a say in the public sphere. They had no way of fully determining what happens within the private sphere. But the private sphere, your family home, your time outside of work, really impacts the way that our society and our economy is run. It is the main benefactor of our population. Procreating, having loved ones, having family. It's a really important part of our lives. So when you really think about the purpose of monogamy, our nuclear family, it was to create order. It was to create a sense of control. How true can that be? How natural can that be? Sure, marriage serves its purpose, that's a whole different topic, but why has now sexual relations been attached to that? Yeah, we use it to procreate, yes, but we've evolved from that point where now it's used in a recreational sense, in a way where we can experience things with others and enjoy moments of intimacy together. Another way of connecting with another human. So why do we feel a need to restrict it? Like, why does it feel like our world is burning down? Like, attachments that strong, does that really serve a purpose to our peace, to our inner peace, you know? I believe strongly in our freedom, in our ability to do what we please, as long as it's not inflicting pain or harm on others. I believe in open communication. I think the main problem with cheating is the deceit. The act of being sexually involved or sharing a sexual experience with another is not inherently wrong. Everyone has desires, and you can feel just as committed to your partner and still want to share a different experience. That doesn't negate your sexual experiences with also your partner. They're just different. This fear that it will take away something from your relationship is without unconditional love. It's the inability to trust in what you have, inability to trust that your partner loves you for who you are. Commitment, these things towards life, is completely separate. It's just because you've had a sexual experience with someone doesn't mean you're going to settle down, have their children, live your whole entire life with them. It's unrelated. But you can really connect with someone over that. And this restriction being put on us as individuals is so confining. You wouldn't tell your partner, you can only go on holiday with me, no one else. That is an experience they would have with other people. And it would be their memory, it would be their moment. But it's not going to take away from the times where you have your moment, where you have your ability to go on holiday and share those experiences and intimate moments. Why does it then become a threat? The holiday doesn't. So why is this sexual experience a threat? When you truly are able to unconditionally love someone, these restrictions don't put you in fear. You believe that you too have a connection based off of the fact that you as individuals have connected. You have an emotional connection with that person. Your morals, your life values, everything you want align, and you want to build that together. Why is that then taken away because they've had an experience with someone else? Commitment is important. Your partner should show you commitment, should show you as a priority, because building something together needs both parties to be fully present and committed. Experiences is something I don't want to limit. I can't limit. And also, even with the commitment, your partner has to want to commit. You can't make them commit. And this is another thing that I want to express strongly. Just because I'm talking about polyamory in our relationships and freedom to express and experience things as we want, this does not mean that you have to. Like, the whole point of what I'm saying is the freedom to do so, the freedom to experience and express your connections towards the world and other individuals as you want. Your partner has their own life and you have your own life. You should coexist together, not be codependent. That's the most healthy way of living life, I believe. So, in conclusion, I don't think cheating is a real thing. And I feel as though we as people should reevaluate what love actually is and should strive for more unconditional, free loving experiences. Peace.